Now known all over the world, the music of the New World Order. Every time we hear that music, we think, hey, somebody's going to take a beating. And over the past couple of weeks, Brain, the past couple of months, it's been referees, announcers, as well as wrestlers.
Managers, they don't care.
You know, you add to this growing list of great athletes. And let's look at it. Curt Hennig, Hollywood Hogan, the Macho Man Randy Savage, Buff Bagwell, Scott Norton,
Hall and Nash.
6. Now you add to that Bret Hart and Rick Rude. I mean, this is...
You know how many wrestling organizations over the years would allow to have that crew of people that are working for them?
I know of a couple right now that would. WCW being one of them. Punisher is going to be the matchup for Curt Hennig, and it doesn't matter to Curt Hennig who is in the ring.
I know who the Punisher is.
You do?
Yep. The guy with the mask.
Thank you very much, bonehead. Curt Hennig.
I wouldn't call him that. I haven't seen him wrestle yet.
Curt Hennig wrestles with an abundance of confidence because he knows if it gets too hot or the heat gets too intense, here come the troops. They watch each other's back. Hennig back up. Hennig off the apron now. He's going to bide his time here.
Well, he's a veteran. He's been all over the world. He's held major titles in just about every place he's ever been. Probably the greatest athlete in the history of Minnesota, and they put out a lot of great athletes. And this man is ring-wise, second generation. His dad, Larry the Axe Hennig. I managed this man. I managed his father. I wrestled against his father. I fought this man. I'll tell you something. He's a professional. There's nothing more you can say about him. He knows what to do in there.
Pulling back on the leg goes Hennig.
And now being a member of the NWO doesn't make it look good for other people.
You hear the chant of the fans saying, "We want Flair." The never-ending battles between Hennig and Flair. If anyone thinks that what transpired recently over the past few weeks has calmed that down, then they're sadly mistaken.
Yeah, Flair's a man driven now. He's a man possessed with this man right here. Not only for slamming his head in that cage door and then having to go have some surgery done on his side of his head and his eyes and everything. I think what really upsets him more than anything is that this man made a fool out of Arn Anderson and the Four Horsemen. Curt Hennig.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you know, we talk so much about the history books in pro wrestling, and throughout the years, the Horsemen were a big part of professional wrestling history. And if you look upon Curt Hennig, you are looking at the man who basically single-handedly destroyed the Horsemen.
Yep, him and the NWO.
That's right. So,
and when Arn stood there and said, "I want you to take my spot." I mean, this man, Arn Anderson, had 5 discs removed in his neck. He's had surgery. He's almost lost the use of his left hand. And he went out there, his whole career down the drain. And he went out there and asked this man a favor, begged him, almost got on his hands and knees, and he said, "It'd be an honor, it'd be a pleasure to take your place," knowing he was laughing all the time. That's what sinks in the heart of Ric Flair. That's why Flair wants to get his hands on this man. Again.
Don't ever think, fans, for a moment that a no disqualification match, a title match between Flair and Hennig will be the end of it between these two men. You can better believe right now Flair is still trying to negotiate even more matches. He would love, finally, I would bet you, only because he remembers what happened at Fall Brawl, he would love to get Hennig in a cage, to be able to use the cage on Hennig the same way Hennig used it on him.
Right, and then give Hennig his spot. Right by the cage.
That's
right. But I'll tell you something, as long as Hennig has a pair of trunks and owns boots and knee pads, Flair will be hunting this man.
Sure. Right cross to the jaw, to the side of the head. Again, Hennig absorbing all these blows from this big man, and Hennig into the ropes on the right side. Going to try to pick this big guy up for the Hennig flex.
No, won't do it.
Oh, yes,
he did!
Incredible power by Hennig. This one's over.
I didn't think he couldn't do it because the man, he wasn't strong enough. I thought by the size of the man, there's no way he could get his arms around him, lock it, and do it. There's a professional. There's a champion. There's a man called Curt Hennig.
It was also a dead lift, too. Sometimes they'll get a guy off the ropes, and that'll give him momentum to get the guy up. But that was right in the center of the ring from a dead left. That was a great maneuver.